everybody. Let me get rid of our background so you can all see who we are and what we do. And it's just been that kind of a crazy day, but we're loving it. We're loving it. All right. Welcome, 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 everybody. Happy Wednesday. Guess what? We are going to start to move over to Saturday starting October 1st. So just, same time, different day, because why? We're almost going to be done with summer. So everybody usually stays in at a SATURDAY night, unless they're with Trish and Sarah bobbing for apples out in the barn or something like that. I don't know what you guys do out east, but it is something that's fun. But let's say hello to everybody, and we're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Hello, Marmo. Good to see you. Oh my God, as I live and breathe. I have somebody here that I taught back in the day at Chicago School of Massage. Vashetta, what are you doing here, girl? Vishay. It says Vashetta, but it's really Vishay, so I didn't want to know if anyway. And Pandora Psychic is here. OMG. So good to see you all. Mary Jane, hello. And Carson and Jody and Maria and Jean. Debbie, hello. I thought I was doing something wrong. I never early to anything. You're cute. Mary Jane and Debbie and Vicky and Lisa. Look, it's Lisa the cult champ. And that Mercury retrograde is really trying to hold on. I know, thank goodness. Let's get rid of it. Sharon, hello. Grand Rising, Delora. Guys, Delora was just on my podcast. So that's going to come out hopefully this Friday.
Oh, yay.
Careful, you'll age yourself. I'm already could be their fathers, you guys. That's a scary thing. It's true. Say it isn't true, but it is true. Because Trish is like 19. And
okay, I'll take it.
And Sarah's like 22. I mean, it's just
I love that because I think Trish is actually older than me. So
yeah.
Don't ruin it.
Sorry.
Don't ruin it, right? And actually, you guys, Trish and I got married, not together, but we got married like weeks apart from each other. Debbie, I'm saying I'm moving the deals that my line I'll have her as my company. I like it. Karen, good evening. Good to see you. Welcome, guys. Welcome. So we've had these lovely ladies on before. SarahBluebird readings and Oracle Trish, both from, they're famous. They're TikTok famous. They are. You guys are. You guys have dealt with both doing psychic mediumship work, and you have dealt with loss in your life. And that's what we're doing today, is we're connecting on how to honor loss. And I think it's important for people to know that in our work, we really know that our loved ones never really leave us physically, but how do we cope? Because you both have talked about grief, and Sarah's actually a grief coach. How do you deal with honoring the loss, honoring the grief, and honoring the loved one? So Sarah, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, it is difficult to cope with that. But one thing that I really like to do is write to my loved one. So in terms of honoring our connection together when they were living, as well as the different connection we have now from, when they're on the other side. As a medium, I understand that our loved ones are really with us all the time. So I try my best to carve out time to write to my loved one. So, I invite them to sit with me and I write to them, or I light a candle for them. And that is a way of honoring the connection that we still have. It's just in a different form now.
So true. So true. Trish, how about for you?
Yeah. First, that was beautifully said. I would agree with everything that Sarah mentioned there, but I think that one of the most important things that you can do for yourself really is taking time to move through your own grief, right? Feeling it, the spirit is communicates within feeling. So just taking the time to kind of move through, the tough feelings and the happy moments and the sad ones, because it does kind of help bring that or strengthen that connection when they're on the other side. Another favorite of mine is just kind of setting time and making like a date, if you will. I kind of stole that from Sarah, but just taking time to do things that they've loved, put it on the calendar, have it be something that you look forward to. It's not only honoring you, but honoring them too. So.
And those are really good points. I know we've talked about this before. And hello, Rebecca. Thanks for being here. And Norma, hello. Ellen Jane, hello. And Delora has put on your how to get in contact with you guys. So there's Sarah's.
Thanks,
and
Delora.
here's Trish's. So thank you. And it is Sarah-BluebirdReadings.com and Oracle Trish. It is Trish hyphen, they both are into hyphens, Trish-RainReadings.com. And I don't have the hyphen, so just so y'all know.
Not in the hyphen club.
No, I'm in the hyphen club. I could be in the Huffer club, but I'm not in the hyphen club. Hi, Sharon. Thanks for being here. And Karen, hello. So here's the thing. I like to, for my dad, I will always play Glenn Miller music. My dad was so into big band. I mean, my dad was born 1909, so obviously that is his era. And for my mom, it's either a Reese's peanut butter cup, which I don't need right now. And I will also say that I will cook one of her recipes or make something that reminds me of her. That's how I honor. And I know we've talked about this before, but everybody goes through grief and loss differently.
Yeah.
And we can't just say, oh, your way is the wrong way. Your way is the right way. I think what works for you and how it soothes, it's never going to mend, but it will soothe your heart, right? Would you guys agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to put on my Bluetooth because I'm hearing like my voice in the background. So I'm going to pop in this way. I can hear you guys now. Lisa said it's so hard when feelings overcome you, especially when you lose two people so close together, one suddenly and one tragically. Agreed. Sue says it's been over 7 years since my husband passed away, and it's still so hard to cope. We weren't done yet. What would you say to these guys? What would you say to Sue and Lisa?
I would say first and foremost, it's completely normal that you guys are feeling that way. Grief is not a destination. It's a journey that we continue to move through. And length of time doesn't really matter when it comes to loss and how you feel about it and how you're moving through it. As far as advice on it, I would just kind of root back to what I was saying with honoring your loss. Take time to sit in it and feel it, and just really grasp that in. Am I echoing to you guys? It might be mine.
Little bit. It
Okay.
is.
It could be me, actually.
I
think it might be me. Let me put headphones in because I have an external mic in, so I think it's me.
Okay. But it's so important that we have to echo it over. Oh, look, we made her go away, Trish.
I know.
Look what happened. I know. Okay, I'm trying to do something on. This is so bad when I can't do this on Rebecca. Okay, Rebecca, hang on 1 second. Rebecca at REBECC. Rebecca. Did I get it right? I'm did. Back. There you go. You're back.
Are we echoing still?
No, it could be just your room.
Ooh.
Oh. No, kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, I think that was pretty much all that I had. What about you, Sarah?
No, something I was thinking about was how grief at times can feel so alienating. Like when we go through grief or trauma, something kind of happens in our brain often where it's like we are the only ones that have ever experienced this and nobody understands it, right? And both of the things that you guys said about it being hard to cope, about how it's not, the story isn't finished yet, about how there's losses close together, is so normal, like Trish said. And you are not the only people to go through that. And the best thing I can say as well is reach out to people and talk to people about it. Grief has to be witnessed in order to heal. And talk to others and share your story and find other people who you can relate with. And it can be a really powerful way to move through it.
So true. Lisa says it's very alienating.
Mm-hmm.
It took me, guys, 10 years to understand what I was going through. And I alienated myself a lot. I was still functional, but losing both of them at 35 and 36, being the only child, it was just very different, very different. Debbie says, knowing how I should act has been hard for me. Part of me feels like I should act like the poor widow who just wrings her hands. I can't. I've just thrown myself into work 200%. And, this is also about seeking guidance, going to Sarah, going to a grief coach, or talking to someone. As mediums, guys, you all have the ability to talk to your loved ones. You don't need one of us to do it. Mm-hmm. They are listening. I know for me, the hurt, the anger, and the sadness and the guilt all wrapped up kept from me honestly picking up the signs that my mom and dad were showing me. Mm-hmm. So it was really, really challenging, super challenging. Once I could let go of that or even say yes to that, things happened, things shifted, which were true. Now, I know she's not on here, but I'm also going to share this. It's probably not where I wanted it to be, just like how it's been going all day today. Nope, that's not there. It's not over there. And it's over here where my intuition told me to go to, but did I listen? No. Why should I? This is a great book, Shattered Together by Kathleen L. It's a shattered heart. And if you look at it, if I tilt it this way, that's the profile of her son. So this is about a mother's journey from grief to belief, a guide to help you through sudden loss. There's Kathleen here. She's been on our lives before. If you want to check out one of the videos, just punch it in. I don't know how you do that because it's too high tech, but go ahead and punch it in. You can see all that. So there you have it.
Elias, can I add one more thing about the alienation and grief?
Yes.
I just wanted to mention that I essentially became a widow at 23, 24. And there was absolutely nobody in my friend group or anyone my age that I felt like I could relate to with that. It was incredibly alienating. And when it comes to honoring our losses and our connection to our loved ones and our grief, there were moments where I said, I'm just going to try and keep assimilating. And, just keep moving along like nothing has changed. And I realized very quickly that that does not work. And I took a moment to say, you know what, things are different now. And there are ways that I can't relate to other people my age. And when I was able to say that and accept that and honor that part of me, it helps me to feel my grief more. It helps me to move through it. So I also want to say, don't be ashamed of your grief, and don't be ashamed if your grief made you different or changed you in any way. That's just what I wanted to add.
Yeah.
No, that's a really good point. And I'd have to say to you both that I don't know if you guys do this, but, it's challenging as mediums to get our own information. Mm-hmm. I mean, I remember, and I've shared the story before, but some of you that have not heard this, I remember that I was in a John Holland community and he was doing readings, and I'm like, okay, July 14th was my mom's birthday. July 15th was my dad's anniversary of his passing. July 17th, my mom's name's day. July 20th, mine. This is my week. Yes. Big bucks, no whammies. Come on, John Holland, pick me out of 200 people. Well, you know what? It didn't happen. The first time didn't happen. The second time didn't happen. He did mention hello to me, and he said that I was a talented psychic medium. Thank you, John Holland. And yeah, snaps on that. And I'm sitting there going, well, crap. This is his last read. Crap. And then I'm just looking at the Zoom room, and I have, you know how like it has a blank and it just has the person's name on it, no face, just their name. Well, I'm like, well, look at this. Isn't this funny? Out of 200 people, I've got somebody next to me, right next to me, Marina. That's my mom's name. Marina is right next to me. I go, that's cute. And I'm like, what? Marina is right next to me. What did I just say? How could like the universe just go, there it is. There's your sign that your mom's always, even me, even though I teach this and say this and, you know, do all this, saying that my mom was right next to me. The universe was giving me a sign that I would have never, ever understood. So guys, the signs are out there. How do you honor your grief? By talking to your loved ones and saying, I'd like a sign. I'd like to have you meet me in my dream if possible. I'm going to let go of the anger as best as possible, or the guilt as best as possible, so I can hear you better. Yeah. Tina says, I will never be the same. Lisa says, I lost my mom 3 years ago and I'm not the same. Still really sad most days too. And, you know, everybody, like Trish and Sarah just said, we both, all of us, go through that loss differently. Mm-hmm. So it could be 10 years. It could be 20. It doesn't really matter. But as long as you are doing something to say, because them on the other side, ladies, I'll let you answer this. What do you think they say on the other side? What do they say to everybody on the other side?
I mean, their biggest thing is they're always there. They're always cheering us on. You know, there's no expectation for even doing the things that we do to honor them over there. You know, I'm going to use Elias's, you know, joke and phrase here about they don't have a time frame on when they're going to bingo. So right. They're always there. They're always supporting you.
Yeah.
She's cute that she's trying to use the bingo.
I tried.
I tell people your pizza analogy all the time. The I want a pizza. I do.
I want a pizza. Yeah, it's good.
I want a pizza. Yeah. But, yeah, something else that often I actually got brought up pretty recently in a session of your loved ones will say, please tell them they're not crazy. And that is me. Please tell them they're not making it up. And that is signs from me. I do hear them. I do talk back to them. So they often confirm that too, that they are there.
And here's the thing, everybody, you please do not go see a medium every month. Mm-hmm. Go seeing a different medium. Or I think you covered this, Sarah, on the TikTok. Don't see, oh look, the doorbell. Please hold. Well, keep barking on the truth.
Yeah, I was actually, you know, I get asked quite often in private sessions, something that someone asked me, a couple people have asked me, they're like, am I allowed to do this again? Like, yeah, you know, absolutely. You can get another mediumship session, whether that's with me or with someone else. But the number one thing I always say is I never want you to be dependent on me as a psychic medium. And, you know, whenever you feel like you really could use a reading, that's great. But I don't want you to feel like you need me ever, because you can connect to your loved ones on your own.
And one thing I want to echo on that too, that I don't feel like a lot of people realize when they're just starting out with getting readings, but reading addiction in itself is a very real thing. And it's so easy to fall into that once you start getting readings and you're seeing just the great evidence of how your spirit people are still around. And it's like you want more and more and more of that. So definitely just echoing what Sarah's saying, you know, take your time in between it, only when you feel you really need it. Because you don't want to fall into a cycle that's maybe pushing you further back on your grief journey rather than helping progress it.
Yeah.
So true. Rebecca on Instagram says, first day of high school for my daughter. Her best friend got a locker with her brother's name in it. Obviously, I believe that the brother is no longer with us. And last year, my other son's best friend got his locker with his name in it. Oh, I just think that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
What a wonderful confirmation.
Yeah.
Carson says you can always take an intuition psychic class and get read multiple times throughout the class. get the reading in the pursuit of learning to do it yourself. That's so good, Carson.
Yeah.
And yes, we do know of a class that's coming up, but that will be later. Thank you for that. But Tina, may I ask you, Tina, where do you live, Tina? Just tell me the state that you live in. And here's something to, like we were talking about going to a psychic or someone all the time. I'd like to share, and let me know what you guys think, is that when we want to fix something, sometimes things have to take the way that they go. It's not always our time of healing, but I think the most important thing in the healing process is to share their stories. And if somebody says, oh, I'm sorry, they might not know what to say to you. But if you say, I just want to talk, and be open to that listening. Tina, if you can email me, Carson, if you don't mind, if you could email me an admin@eliaspatras.com, admin@eliaspatras.com. What I'd like to do for you, Tina, is send you this book, Shattered Together, A Mother's Journey from Grief to Belief, a guide to help you through sudden loss. She said, it's been 10 months since I lost my oldest son, and I still have a hard time getting out of bed. I'd love to send this to you as my gift to you, okay? So just email me at admin@eliaspatras.com. Thanks, Carson. Design artist, thank you for joining. And Susan, good to see you, my friend, on Instagram. What would you say would be the hardest thing? Oh, Tina says, I have it. I haven't been able to pick it up and start reading it. All right, so Tina, email me at admin@eliaspatras.com with your information. I am willing to give you a 20-minute session. Okay, willing to give you a 20-minute session. My gift to you. So let me know if that's something that you would like to have happen or not. So, and again, I'm not offended if not. Okay. Here she is, Ginger Perrick, Healing Heart Medium. Good to have you on here. And I will share a little something that Ginger and I are doing in a little bit. What would you say is the most rewarding part of your job, Sarah and Trish? Of this job that you do?
You want to go first, Sarah?
Sure. I love to see the transformation in people. And I love to, depending on if it's like an intuitive session, not necessarily a mediumship one, but I love to see the light in people's eyes or hear it in their voice that they discovered something that unlocked something or an answer to something on their own, right? I love to see the way that people come to realizations and the difference in their voice at the end of a session, no matter what kind it is. The transformation is my favorite part of doing this work, and it's so rewarding. And I tell all of my clients that I meet with that it's an honor and the pleasure is mine, and I mean that, because that is what keeps me going in this work, is seeing the way it helps people.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that 100%. And one of the things, just to add to that I really enjoy is seeing how at different points readings can impact you. So a lot of times when people are leaving the sessions, they maybe do feel a little bit lighter or excited, or like Sarah said, making some sort of connection in what it is that they're going through for a realization for them. But just to layer on top of that, a week later, a month later, sometimes 6 months later, hearing how that reading impacted them and moving forward in their own lives can be really exciting to see and just kind of be a part of. So yeah, I would agree 100%.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions for Sarah or Trish? And then if while we're waiting for that, I'm going to announce something that Ginger and I are doing. Ginger and I are doing a psychic mediumship 1-year program. It's on the events page of the website. It is called Enlightened Circle, Enlightened Insight Circle. These two have been guests before, and I would love to do that. But come join us. Come join us. It's on. Thank you, Delora. It's right there. And I was going to ask you a question. Trish, go look at your private chat message.
Oh, I'm sorry. My goodness.
Because I didn't get on early enough for to talk about it. So is that okay, Trish, with you?
Yeah, no, we can. I'm open to set that
okay. So here's what I'd like to do for everybody that's on Instagram and Facebook. We're going to do a mediumship reading where we all link up. So give us a moment just to connect in. And here's the beauty of this. We all read differently. All three of us read differently. I don't know why. Trish has a tendency to sing show tunes through her readings. And Sarah likes to dance. She likes to put on a hula skirt and just move.
What can
through.
I say?
I personally like to do a whole Shakira move. So it's
just in the preference, you know?
It's in the preference, whichever you wish.
What are you going to do?
But we won't be doing that tonight because we're not fully prepared. There's a whole ensemble that goes with it. So
I left my hula skirt the last place. Yeah. No.
Okay. That's all right. It's okay. So this is both for Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let me get a piece of paper here real quick. Do you guys want me to start, or does one of you want to start? And Danielle said yes. Set that bar.
It does not matter to me. It does not matter.
Okay, I will tell you this. I am getting a gentleman coming in. So I'm going to start there. I'll give a couple things about this person. So I'm getting a gentleman that is coming in. I would say he's showing me younger than he actually is, but it's funny. The word that I hear is I'm a very dapper dresser. I'm a very dapper. So dapper is a really interesting word. Very dapper dresser, and that dapper dresser. Now remember, everybody, I'm around 5'4". Around 5'4", because I shrunk a little bit, but we're still going to say 5'4". So I'm around 5'4", and this person feels like they're between like 5'10" to 6 feet. Not like a muscular build, more of a slimmer, taller, swimmer's build-ish person. I'm also seeing that this person liked walking a lot, and really, I'll just say this, enjoyed actually cutting the lawn, like really liked cutting the grass. I can smell the grass. And because I'm Greek, we're going to go with food, and was definitely a man of my own heart. Definitely a big bread eater. Like I can smell the bread, I can smell the butter, and it is warm, warm, warm. So just think if that resonates with anybody here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Ladies, do you have anything to add to that?
I'm going to throw this out here, but I did have a female to begin with, so I'm wondering if this is applying to her. But there's something going on in my chest and in my throat. There's a little bit of a heaviness happening in my chest here. There's also kind of this, I don't know if I want to call it seriousness, because he doesn't come across as a super serious guy, but I feel like he would have been sort of like a passionate sort of guy in how his personality is coming up, but very easy to hold conversation with. I feel like he would have been a rather wise sort of person. I'll leave it at that for now.
So I definitely have a male also. I'm not 100% sure if we would kind of be linking together, but just we'll throw out what I have. Right away, two very different names just stood out, Timothy and Stephen. There's something about a fish allergy or like a seafood allergy that would be coming forward that would have played a significant role in like a memory or like something larger that happened to him. Maybe we had to be hospitalized. It's a little bit deeper than just saying they had the allergy. And I also have a reference of two children or siblings that would be being brought forward, and the number 43. So
Okay. And could the number 43 also be April 3rd? Or could it be March 4th?
yeah, I could take that.
Okay. So Rebecca says, sounds like my son. He used to help me cook. He used to cut our neighbor's grass. Sounds so much like my son. Rebecca, can you take the fish? Because I was getting, when you said it, I was getting like the roof of my mouth was itchy. So I could attach to that fish
itching
allergy.
in my throat. Same.
Yeah, so that's a yes from all three of us. So there was a seafood or a fish allergy, Rebecca, or anyone else on here. Does that resonate for anybody? And Rebecca, the word dapper, does that mean that he was a sharp dresser or he was aware of how he dressed?
I'm also hearing another name, which I don't really get names this much, but a Brandon, a B name.
Okay.
Bruh.
And all these names are very different, like Timothy, Stephen, right. Brandon. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, all over the place.
And then I was hearing like a Henry or something re, like it ends with a re. Rebecca says yes, and he used to say Dapper Dan. His middle name was Stephen.
Oh, Stephen.
His middle name was Stephen. Okay. So, and was very much a dapper dresser. Rebecca, was he allergic to fish or seafood?
I don't mean to throw too much, but I have the color blue as a big significance as well.
Okay.
There's something coming up as well of being really punctual. I keep seeing a clock, and I feel like I'm hearing like the ticking of a clock, and I feel like I want to talk about being very punctual or very serious about like making it to things on time, something about timeliness.
As you're saying that, I'm hearing responsible. So I feel that.
And Rebecca, is there a way that you could hop over to YouTube? Is there a way that you could hop over to YouTube or my Facebook page, and then we could bring you on? You don't have to show your face, but we could bring you on. As I say your name, my chest area is getting warm. So I feel like this is you, even though you didn't say seafood, but I'm wondering, does somebody in your family have a seafood allergy that he would be referring to? Because Rebecca just said, Trish, he was buried in his dress blues.
Okay. Elias, is this the same lady from earlier with the book that you were going to send it to?
No, that is somebody else. That is somebody else.
Okay.
This is somebody else. So let's see what Rebecca says. He would tell me that he had to be there earlier so he would be on time.
Okay.
So that is the punctuality piece. Right.
Yeah, very responsible, very like organized, I feel like.
I just heard like if you're not early, you're late.
Right, and I was going to say organized as well. I was going to say organized as well. Rebecca, she said, I'm always late. Is there a way that you could be early and come over to YouTube or Facebook? Because there wouldn't be a way for me to get you on Instagram Live because I'm not that high tech. I can go ahead and learn how to do this thing, but I can't do it. Sure, Facebook. Excellent. Pop over, and I'm going to do this. She'll be right back. Okay. So we're going to hop over, guys. I'm going to copy this And guys, this is only going to be for Rebecca. So when I post this, Rebecca's going to grab it. Don't everybody grab it. And then we have all the people here and everything else. But do you see how we are doing this? We are doing this to show that, you know, your loved one is like tap, tap, tap. Hey, do you remember this? Hey, do you remember that? How about this? I don't remember that. Here's the thing, guys. Rebecca's here. Here's the thing, guys. I was doing a demonstration the other day, and Celine Dion kept hearing in my ear, like my heart would go on, and I'm like, was it Titanic? Was it Celine Dion? Was it my heart would go on? No, no, no. And then what the loved one showed me was a picture of John eating a peanut butter hamburger, which I think is disgusting, but he loves it. And then the lady said, no, that's so disgusting, but it was my husband's favorite. And we're talking, and you know, it finally was a click. And then she emailed me the next day and she said, my husband was a history buff. The Titanic sank April 15th, 1912. She said our anniversary is April 15th.
Oh, wow.
I would have never, ever, ever guessed that.
Yeah.
Rebecca says, I'm here. She's saying, I was asking for a sign out loud today.
Oh.
Excellent. So, Rebecca, I'm going to post this, edit, paste, grab that link, and then come on in. Grab the link and come on in. That's only for Rebecca, guys.
That's funny too. I just want to mention that as I'm sitting here kind of writing down some things, he was just showing me like big metal signs, like a bunch of different signs. So it's funny that she was like, I was asking for a sign today. I'm like, he's showing me literal signs. So
that's funny because I was seeing license plates. I don't know
very
why.
much like that small sign. So maybe there's something more to that. We'll have to ask
we'll ask her when she pops on.
Yeah.
And Rebecca, if you want to wear a hula skirt or if you want to wear a Shakira ensemble, it's so fine. We will make you go ahead and do that if you'd like instead.
Yes.
I always like to bring lightness, guys, because they want us to be light. They want us to be happy. They want us to, like, you know, really smile. So, and here she is.
Hi. Thanks so much.
Hi, Rebecca.
Guys.
Hi, Rebecca.
Oh, thank you.
Hi,
Thank you.
I follow you on TikTok. I'm Dharma Mama.
Oh, Dharma Mama. Oh my God. So good to see you. Thank you for always following and you know, always laughing at my jokes. I appreciate it.
You really brighten my day a lot of days when I'm down.
Oh, thanks, honey. Thanks. So does the license plates mean anything?
Yeah, that's how I started tuning into reading signs from him, by looking for the license plates, and I look at them every day, and he sends me signs all the time through them.
Makes sense.
I love that. Let me ask you too, because we all got about seafood. Does anybody in your family have a seafood allergy?
Not an allergy, but my mother-in-law's, we used to have a Chinese restaurant, and you know, we were always there. You know, we would eat the entire fish. I mean, eyeballs and everything. So I don't know about an allergy, but he would always be kind of grossed out by some of the things I would carry on with. There's traditions, but not an exact allergy.
Okay, so maybe that's because I was like, actually, like,
yeah,
you know, like, yeah, right. Okay, great. Let me ask you also. I'm hearing guitar music. So does that resonate for you? Like it's almost like, it's not like you know, like, it's not that kind of stuff. It's almost like it's not this, but it's almost like John Denver, like Country Road.
Oh my God.
Me home.
Yes, that's his song. That's
really?
Crazy. Honest to God.
Okay.
Country Road.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Ladies, how about for you?
Wow.
I was also just briefly picking up on the music thing, and I was hearing either or I'll take both, but Billy Joel and Elton John. So I'm not sure if there's any significance there, but that sort of music was coming through.
Well, his brother just went to a Billy Joel tribute just like a week ago. And
Gotcha.
some of Tyler's friends asked him to go with him.
Okay. Gotcha. I see. And I have to say too that the kind of nature of his energy is so gentle and so sweet. And I feel like he would have just been such a joy to be around. And I don't know, that just he feels so like gentle and good natured. And I just want to make a point to say that. So
Yeah, I'll show you. This, I know I don't want to take up too much of your time, but this is a
You know,
picture
you're
of
good.
you're
my
fine.
son. He has
Oh.
birds and frogs land. He would land on them.
That's
Just come right
wonderful.
up to him. So, and he was a Marine, but he had this like awesome, gentle side to him as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I got to ask you, who blew on whose stomach? Who would do the fart things on the stomach?
Well, I mean, when he was a baby, but he was a tremendous goofball, so he would do stuff like that to like his friends
Okay.
or just like anybody.
And I'm going to want us to give like one more piece of evidence, and then if we can go into the message, guys. Because
Yeah.
here's the thing with evidential mediumship, everyone. You know, the evidence is important, but I feel like learning all the stuff that I'm learning through Tony Stockwell and moving different into modern mediumship, the message is so important. So I want you to know two things. But before that, he's showing me Halloween and he's showing me those popcorn balls. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to say that. But here's the thing. The job that he does it's fascinating. The job that he does in heaven. Well, first of all, he's like, mom.
Oh my God, that's so
You know,
him. He used
yeah.
to
It's
say,
like,
he's like, Mom. Yeah.
mom. He's like, it's so chill up here. It's so chill up here. And he thanks you for keeping the one shirt by your bed. Okay. And then he also is saying that part of his job up there, yes, he works with other kids, but he says he helps. This is fascinating. He helps in the records. So what he does is he helps the loved ones that have crossed over to give the signs to people so they can remember memories that they might have forgotten about loved ones. That's his job. He's like the memory count person, if that makes sense.
Yeah, he was always a helper.
Okay. And he's good. And he has, how many other children do you have?
3 on earth, and there's 2 more in heaven with him.
Okay. So, right?
Yeah.
So, all are good. All are together. All are good. And who has the March birthday?
My father, but he's still
Okay.
here. And my
Okay.
sister.
So, okay, he's just saying hello to them.
Okay, because my sister lost her husband this year, Julius.
Okay, so he's saying hello to them. So just to let you know, I'll let Sarah take it over right this way, and then Trish over there. Go ahead.
There's just a big emphasis coming forward about you giving yourself enough credit is kind of what's coming up. And he's like going like this. He's like, Mom, you're doing fine. Like, you're doing great. And there's so much support that comes through. There's a thank you coming through as well for the way that you honor him after his passing. And I almost feel like this is some sort of awareness or advocacy work in some way, but he's saying like, thank you for honoring me. Thank you for honoring my memory. And then one thing I have to mention is that he keeps showing a reference in my mind of how sometimes people put loved ones who have passed, they put like their voice into a Build-A-Bear. Do you understand what this sort of reference is? Or would there be some sort of stuffed animal that's significant after his passing?
But the first part, we have a huge soccer fundraiser for him, and we raised almost $10,000 this year for him.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. But the Build-A-Bear, the only thing that comes to my mind, and I haven't thought about this in years, is when we made one together when he was a little boy, but I don't have a Build-A-Bear. But that's a great idea. I never even thought of that first. But
Yeah. Well, then I think it was brought up for a reason then, if it, if it sparked something in your mind. But yeah, there's just a lot of love and a lot of support coming through, which they always send, but it's a lot of support for you and just reminding you that you are doing phenomenal and you're doing great and to keep going.
thank you.
So, you're welcome. I'll pass it over to Trish.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I'm seeing also coming through some sort of significance about a watch, but I'm seeing gold specifically. And there's a reference to grandfather. I feel like I was either very close with grandfather or there's some sort of connection with a watch with grandfather that I would need to pass on.
He was super close to both of his grandfathers, and my father-in-law, he's an auctioneer, and they would sell some business. And so they did have a bunch of watches and stuff, and I remember it, but nothing like really significant as far as that. But I just remember he did sell some watches on eBay, but nothing like that. But he was so close, if that's what you mean, with both of his grandparents, and they're totally heartbroken.
Yeah, I definitely just feel a reference of closeness, and I feel like this watch has to do with one in particular that this either was
But
given.
I know what you're talking about, actually. I have, like, my whole house, I don't know, it's, all things of his everywhere, and he has this one watch that he had a girlfriend gave him, and every night at 11:30 it goes off, and I sit on my couch every night. It makes this little noise, and it was his, of course, with his time thing. He was like very regimented with things, and he knew that was like his time to go to bed, because he would get up so early. But that watch goes off every night.
Interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. And I love that. It's like those little waves and hellos in that way too. As far as just like direct message coming through, I feel like there's this need to tell you to slow down a little. Don't feel like you have to rush to make decisions, or there's possibly maybe a decision that will be coming up for you that you need to make. And there's just this need to kind of make a pros and cons list or take your time making whatever this decision is. So, and I definitely echo what Sarah's saying too, just on the feeling of him. He just feels very sweet, very calm, very chill. So I just know he's giving you a big hug, and sending all his love.
Thank you so
And
much.
I want to tell you, Rebecca, 11:30 in numerology for angel number means it's a powerful message from the universe that you need to take charge of your life and be brave in making the necessary changes.
Mm-hmm.
The number 1 stands for new beginnings, leadership, courage. Number 3 represents optimism, and all together these numbers 11:30 with a message of self-discovery, growth, and positivity. It's just a time of great potential as long as you remain open to the opportunities that come your way.
Oh,
beautiful.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for being on here, Rebecca.
Thank you so much. He used to, whenever he had a decision that needed to be made, like, I remember one time, not that far before when he was shot, that we sat down and we made like pros and cons lists. So it's weird that you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's something significant about it. And again, I feel like this might be something that's coming up if you can't place it now. So just put it in your pocket.
All right. Again, I appreciate you so much. And thanks, Elias, so much to me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, honey.
Take care, Rebecca.
Thank you, guys.
Sending you lots of love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Big hug, girl. Big hug. Take care.
Bye.
Okay, so she's in the green room, and I don't know how to get rid of you, Rebecca. You have to do it on your own. So there you go. Thanks, Michelle, and thanks, everybody. So this is how it happens, guys. They're just there. They really want to give you signs. Just have to be open. You just have to be open. Sarah, you got anything coming up? Anything like, classes or whatever?
Classes are actually in the works. I don't have anything announced just yet, but keep your eyes open. Be sure to, just like that, perhaps even a little wider.
A little wider. Okay.
Join my mailing list, which you can find. It'll pop right up for you at my website right here, sarah-bluebirdreadings.com. I give discounts and giveaways every single month for those on the mailing list. It is free to sign up, and you will be the first ones to know about any grief coaching classes or any intuitive development classes that are coming up. So
I love it. Trish?
Well, I don't have too much going on over here.
Yes, you do. Yes, you
don't.
do. Please stand up.
Okay, I'm standing. Y'all see it.
Slim Shady, stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. You got a side business going on, girl.
I do. So what Eliza's talking about, I made this shirt.
Flip, flip.
Yeah, let me
Thank
hold
you.
on.
there
you
it
go.
is.
Give y'all
There it is.
How cute.
a better view. I'm backwards on this. I don't like the mirror thing.
No, you're correct.
You're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, I made this shirt. I love making horror movie themed clothing. It's been really exciting for me. It's kind of been something added in my own healing journey as well. So I do post them once or twice a month. So if you're interested in scooping one up, I have a couple of videos on my TikTok page of how you can get that. As far as intuitive stuff, we don't really have too much going on over in the rain readings world. Private sessions are available. I might have some changes coming for rain readings, so I'm just kind of waiting to see how that goes. But anything you can want from me is at my website over here. So yeah, what do you have going on, Elias?
Well, thank you for asking, Trish. There's Trish's Trish-rainreadings.com or / whatever you guys want, or it's whatever it is. It's a thingy. It looks like that. And Trish-rainreadings.com. And Emma, the energy healer, says, "Oh my God, I love Screen. I want one." So go contact Trish and she'll tell you how. We've got a lot coming on. Ginger, are you still here? Ginger? Okay. Well, guess what? Ginger and I are going to be doing a surprise live, a pop-on live on Sunday on the TikTok, not on the TikTok, on here on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So look for that. And I want to just announce some special things coming up. Thank you. On Saturday, August 31st at 10 a.m. from 10 to 4:30 p.m. in-person readings at Dandelion Tea House and Apothecary in Vancouver. You guys, we have a guest room.
Sweet.
You both can come and visit us. Both of you, just come and visit. Trish, just tell your husband you're leaving.
Ding, ding, ding at the doorbell.
Yeah, there you go. That's surprising. It is surprising. It's a hyphen. I know it's a hyphen. And then we've got the Animal Spirit Guide workshop tomorrow night. And what else do we got going on? We've got, like I said, Delora is doing a color class coming up on the 16th. On the 17th, we start our psychic mediumship and personal development class. Guests for next week. Next week, guys, guess what? It's Labor Day-ish weekend. And that's a Wednesday. I will be traveling. So I'm going to be going to Iowa in September. And so I'll be in the car. So flying and then in the car. So I'll be flying actually when the live's supposed to go on. So there won't be a Wednesday live, but we will be having on the 10th, we'll be having Brandy Hudson. She's a happiness coach. And that's on a Tuesday. And then it's so exciting because on the 10th, we're going to have her. And on the 11th, guess what? We have Pandora. Pandora's coming on the 11th. And everything of September is all about grounding. So we've got Pandora on the 11th. We got Kira Schaefer on Saturday on the 14th. So I give you three. That's 3 guests in 1 week. It's crazy. 3 guests in 1 week on Grounded. for Kira, Grounded in Writing. So Kira has As You Wish Publishing, and there's a couple things coming up. Dolores got a book. She's got a chapter in a book, and also Carson will be in that book. And there's some other people that are going to be in that book that you all know. So exciting, exciting. Brenda Blindenbach is going to be on the 18th, and she's talking about grounding in your gut. She's a health coach about gut health. And then the 25th, we have Grounding with Tea Leaves and Writing. So we've got Tabitha from the TikTok coming on and talking about tea leaf reading and writing. Reading and writing. No arithmetic though, just reading and writing.
Good.
Sorry, had to. And that's what we've got. We got, so you can see. We got a lot going on. The best way to find out is signing up for the newsletter. Go to eliaspatras.com and sign up for the newsletter. Ladies, you all are amazing. Thank you for taking this time out. Thank you for doing a reading impromptu. I really appreciate that, and I'm sure Rebecca said thank you very much for that. She was really, she said, that meant the world to me. Thank you so much. So she probably manifested it. She manifested it. Ladies, you're amazing, both of you. I appreciate you both. I am so inspired by your TikTok videos that I don't have time to do, but you both do them so well and so effortlessly. And they're fun, but they're also a great message too, and all the stuff that you do. So thank you very much for both being here. Guys, remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. And when we educate, we grow. There is unity in community. And the other thing is my book, Change the FU into Thank You. Change the FU to Thank You. We got rid of the into. Change the FU to Thank You. How to flip the script and see the gift is coming out very soon. We'll have a launch party. We're going to have a lot of fun coming up. So stay tuned. All right, everybody. From our hearts to yours, be well, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. See you on the TikTok and everyone else.